All right, this brings us to example 2. We're going to order rational numbers. We're going to put them in order from least to greatest. So we want the smallest numbers here, second biggest, third biggest, all the way to the biggest number on this side. So here we go. Notice that we have 5 2/9, 5 3/8, 4.9, and negative 5 3/5. First thing we're going to do is we're going to change all the improper fractions to decimals. So 5 2/9, we can change it to a decimal by taking 2 and dividing it by 9. We're going to take 2 and divide by 9, and we get 0.22. So 5 2/9 is the same thing as 5.22. 5 3/8, we're changing it to a decimal by taking 3 and dividing by 3 and dividing by 8. We get 0.375, 0.38. 4.9, nothing changes. And then we have negative 5 3/5. We take 3 and divide it by 5. Take 3 and divide by 5, you get 0.6. And now we have our numbers. Well, we know a negative number has to be smaller than anything that's positive. So we're going to go from negative 5.6, that's our smallest number, and it's going to be less than 4.9, because that's 4, which is less than 5.22, which is less than 5.38. So here we have our numbers in order, but we're going to go back and put the original number in. We know that negative 5.6 was negative 5 3/5. And we know that 4.9 was originally 4.9. 5.22 was 5 2/9. 5.38 is 5 3/8. And we're going to use a new symbol. You're going to see these 3 dots a lot this year. These 3 dots mean therefore. Here we go. Our numbers are from smallest to greatest. Least to greatest. We ordered rational numbers. That was example 2. All right, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of today's lesson. Remember, we're adding and subtracting rational numbers, and we're going to find the sum or the difference of these numbers. A sum is simply the answer to an addition problem, and the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. Sum is addition, difference is subtraction. Notice here we have 3/5 plus 1/5. Well, the denominator is 5 in both of these two statements, and so we have a least common denominator of 5. If that's the case, you're just going to add the numerators. 3 plus 1 and put them over the least common denominator, and we have 3 plus 1, which is, very good, 4. We're going to put a square around our answer. So 3/5 plus 1/5 is simply 4/5. In problem B, we have 7/16 minus 1/16. Okay, common denominator is 16. So we're going to take 7 minus 1 over 16. Well, 7 minus 1 is 6 over 16. Well, 6 and 16 are both even numbers, so they can be divisible by, you got it, 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. 3/8. So we've completed one addition problem, one subtraction problem, and now we're going to look at another subtraction problem. 4/9 minus 7/9. 4/9 minus 7/9, we have a common denominator. So I have $4, but I owe somebody $7. If that's the case, right? If I had 4, I could pay them 4 and I'd still owe them 3. Well, 3 and 9 are both divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3, or 1/3. All right, now it's time to have some real fun. Here we have 1/2 plus 2/3. We don't have a least common denominator, so we're going to make one. 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So we're going to use a denominator of 6 for both of these. Well, what do you multiply 2 by? You multiply it by 3. So you multiply the numerator also by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. And over here, we multiply this by 2, so we multiply the top by 2. And so 2 times 2 is 4. Well, now I have a problem that I'm used to seeing. I have 3 6 plus 4 6. Okay. 3 plus 4 all over 6. The numerator is 7, 6, or 1 and 1 6. 1 and 1 6. Let's take a look at another problem. I have 3/8 minus 1/3. 3/8 minus 1/3. Okay, we're going to start off the same way. We're going to create a common denominator by multiplying these two together, and you get 24. 8 times 3 is 24. Now I have a denominator of 24. I multiplied 8 by 3, so I multiplied the 3 by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, so our numerator here is 9. Over here you multiply the denominator by 8, so you multiply the numerator by 8. 1 times 8 is 8. That gives us 9 minus 8 all over 24. 1 over 24. Our last problem, we have 2/5 minus 3/4. Same thing, create a common denominator, which is 20. 5 times 4 is 20. Leave our subtraction symbol. You multiply the 5 times 4, so you're going to multiply the 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And this was multiplied by 5. The top is going to get multiplied by 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 8 minus 15 is negative 7. Negative 7 over 20. All right, hang in there. We're almost done with today's lesson. Look, I have negative 13.12 plus negative 8.6. This is like I owe Joey $13.12 and I owe Bob $8.60. I owe Joey $13.12 and Bob $8.60. So I want to find out how much do I owe altogether. Well, 2 plus 0 is 2, and 1 plus 6 is 7. 3 plus 8, 11, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. I owe a total of $21.72 to Bob and Joey. Here I have 7/16 plus negative 3/8. We're going to change this problem up, and we're going to say we have 7/16 minus 3/8. Do I have a common denominator? No, but we do know that 8 goes into 16 2 times. If we multiply the denominator by 2, we multiply the numerator by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 8 times 2 is, you got it, 16. Nice easy problem. 7 minus 6 is 1, all over 16. 1/16 is our solution. Brings us down to C. I have negative 32.25 minus negative 42.25. Anytime you see this year 2 negatives in a row, you can change it to a positive. So I have $42.25, right? And I'm going to take away $32.25. If I have a quarter and I take away a quarter, it gives me 0. 2 minus 2 is 0, and 4 minus 3 is 1. I have $10. All right. All right, this brings us to our class work so that you can practice what we're doing and learn today. In chapter 0.4, adding and subtracting rational numbers, we're going to do page P16, number 11, sorry, that should be 12, numbers 12 to 40 even, and it's going to be due on August 30th. You're also going to do an Algebra 1 scavenger hunt worksheet. The way the scavenger hunt works is going to say go to chapter 10, section 5, and do problem 17. So you got to look through the book, find chapter 10, section 5, do that problem, put the answer there. So it's going to help you look through your book and find out how to use this Glencoe resource. And that's also going to be due on August 30th, which is Tuesday.